solving inequality word problems. We need to get a little bit of practice with this, and so here's some more problems, and let's just get right into it. Kira wants to rent a boat and spend less than $44. The boat costs $6 per hour, and Kira wants and has a discount coupon of $4 off. What are the possible numbers of hours Kira could rent the boat? Use T for the number of hours. So as I read through this, here's what I'm seeing. She wants to spend less than $44. We know that from the very beginning. We also know that she's going to get $4 off the total cost with her discount coupon. And then it's going to cost her $6 an hour while she's renting the boat. So there's our inequality. So it says we need to solve it now, so we're going to have to add 4 to both sides. That's kind of a long subtraction sign there. Sorry if that was confusing. So we add 4 to both sides. That gives us 6t is less than 48. And now when we divide by 6, we get that the amount of time that she can rent the boat is going to be somewhere less than 8 hours. So with her coupon and the money she has, she can go anytime less than 8 hours and stay on budget. Okay, so in the next one, to rent a certain meeting room, a college charges a reservation fee of $18 and an additional fee of $4 per hour. The chemistry club wants to spend at most $42 on renting the room. What are the possible numbers of hours on chemistry club could rent the meeting room? Or what are the possible numbers of hours that the chemistry club could rent that meeting room? What we're trying to say. So here's what we do. We go, it costs $4 an hour to rent the room, plus they have to pay $18 to reserve the room, because if they cancel the room, the chemistry department or the college could lose out on that, so they got to have some money in case someone else wanted to rent it. So then they're going to spend at most, which means less than or equal to $42, which doesn't sound like a lot of money in today's standard, does it? So there's our inequality, so now we have to solve it. So to solve that, we're going to subtract 18 from both sides. And then we'll bring the rest down here, so that will leave us with 4t is less than or equal to, and 42 minus 8, what does that give us? 8, 9, 10. So that leaves us with 4. So 34 there. So now we're going to divide by 4. And what is 34 divided by 4? Well, 4 times 8 is 32. And that leaves us with 2 left over. Bring down to 0. 4 goes into the 25 times. So that's going to be 8.5 hours, right? So 8.5 hours is how much time they can rent that room for the money that they have available. And there they go. So 8.5 hours. That's plenty of time to have a meeting. That's a good full day, right? Okay, Abdul wants to earn at least $52 trimming trees. He charges $6 an hour. So let's try a little different approach. Let's just start writing this down as we go. $6 an hour, and T is the number of hours. He also pays $8 in equipment fees, so his total costs are going to be, including this $8 for the fees, And he has to earn at least $52. So we're going to put at least 52 on there. And so this is going to end up being how many hours he could work, and he could work a million hours, but this is going to show us the minimum number of hours he could work or more that he could, so that he could accomplish his goal, right? So let's move everything down to the bottom now that we're subtracting here. So 6t is greater than or equal to 52 minus 8. So 52 minus 8. So 12 minus 8 is 4. And then just bring down that 4. So 44 hours. So let's divide both sides by 6 then. And we know that that's going to give us, we'll come over here and do a little longhand division. So I know that 6 times 7 is 42. That's one I learned from my times tables. Bring down that 4 minus 2, you get 2. 6 will go into 20 3 times, and that'll give us 3 times 6, which is 18. And another 2, so it looks like we're going to get stuck in with a 7.3 repeated, which whenever you have 3 repeated, that's the same as saying 3/9. So 6 and 3/9 hours, and 3/9 simplifies to 1/3. So for 6 and 1/3 hours, he would have to trim trees that much or more if he wants to reach his goal of having that money, so of at least $52. So good luck with your problems on that one. Aldo has a tree in his backyard. The tree grows 35 centimeters each year. Since the tree started growing, Aldo has trimmed 22 centimeters off of its height. The goal of the tree's height is given by this inequality. 35x minus 22 is greater than or equal to 258, where x is the number of years the tree grows. Solve the inequality and graph the solution. So we are going to solve the inequality off to the right here. So 35x minus 22 is greater than 258. Then we're going to add 22 to both sides. And we end up with 35x is greater than 280 centimeters, right? So then we're going to divide by 35. So when we divide 280 by 35, we'll get a calculator to do that because that's kind of big numbers, right? So 280. Now you probably can't see my calculator, but I'm using a calculator off to the side here. And so 280 divided by 35, I get 8. So I get x is greater than 8 years. So the inequality that describes this best then is that this one right here, to meet the goal, the tree must be at least 258 centimeters tall and at least 8 years old. So that would describe that situation. Okay, so on Alex, you got to watch for those little details, and then remember, here's our solution down here. Okay, our next one. Jane is pumping water into a tank at a rate of 18 liters per minute. Since she started pumping the water, 11 liters has spilled out of the tank. Her goal is given by 18x minus 11 less than or equal to 43, where x is the number of minutes that she pumps water into the tank. So let's go ahead and solve this this inequality for x. So we're going to solve it for minutes, right? And that's going to be less than or equal to 43. So let's go ahead and add 11 to both sides. And that's going to give us 18x is less than or equal to 54. And when I divide by 18, I get x is less than or equal to 3, and that would be 3 minutes. So what does all of this mean then? Well, to meet the goal, the tank will have at most 43 liters of water in it, and it will take at most 3 minutes to get that amount of water in there. So this is the inequality that, or the description of the inequality that best fits this particular situation. So that's our lesson for today. So the assignment is number 35, inequality word problems, day 2 on Alex. Good luck with that assignment.